Hello, this is Teague Burgess from realestatemarketingauthority.com, and last time on the podcast we talked about the Google keyword tool and how I use it to kind of search out and ferret out some domain names for when I'm looking for a domain for a certain area, and I wanted to show you how to do that on this video. So first, as you can see here, I'm just on the regular Google website, and I'm going to type in Google keyword tool. And I've already typed it in, so that's the answer. And it's the first result you get right here, Google keyword tool. And if, now I'm signed in already, so this is what you would see if you're signed in. If not, you would see some CAPTCHA letters down here you have to type in. I kind of talked about that. If you don't have a Google account, then you'll have to sign in with those little CAPTCHA letters down there. And what you do is a couple of things to set this up before I do the search. I want to come over here and change this match types to exact and get rid of the broad. And that's what it's going to do is key in on exactly what people are typing, not just the combination of words. So it'll give you a better result. And since we're looking for real estate, we're going to go to the category and change it to real estate. So that's the first two things. And then what we're going to do later is include a search term, but what I want to do first here, and this is going to vary depending on what city you're looking for or what you're targeting. So I'm going to type in this case, now I live in Florida, but I wanted to include a little bit more, plus my town is kind of a smaller town, so I wanted to get a nice large town and kind of look somewhere else. So I looked at Denver, and so we'll do like Denver real estate. You can throw in a few others, just hit the enter button to do different lines. We'll do Denver houses, Denver homes, and Denver, Denver realtors. All right, so we've typed in all that there, and I'm going to hit search. And what that does is it brings out, I think by default it might be on the ad group ideas, but you want to look over here at the keyword ideas. And the first section here is going to be exactly what you typed in and the results for those that you typed in. So you can see there are the search results listed here, and then underneath are some other suggestions underneath. What I wanted to do up here though, like I said, is I want to include only search terms that include the word Denver. And this will kind of thin out the searches. Before I click this, let me look here. So there's 299 keywords at this point. Let me research here, see if that. So it only dropped off a few in this case, but sometimes it'll thin it out. So you're only looking at possible things, with the word Denver in it. So that's what we're kind of keying in on. So once you've got some suggestions here, what I usually do is I search by local monthly searches. In this case, there probably won't be that big of a difference between global and local, but we want to search, we want to concentrate on local here. And, there are just a few differences here and there. Same thing going down the list. Most of them are pretty close, if not the same. All right, so this gives you a bunch of search terms that people are using. And remember, I said too that this is actually a tool for advertising. If you're doing Google advertising where when you search a term, there's some advertising that shows up on the right-hand side and across the top of the search results. This is to help people that are advertising to see, what competition there is and things like that. Well, in this case, we're looking to try to get into the search terms and, get free traffic. So really high competition is good because that means that it's a popular search term. So the fact that some of these say low and a lot of them say high, doesn't really affect me very much. What I'm really concerned about is just kind of sorting out, the amount of search. By the way, apartments in Denver looks like it's a pretty big search too. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over and start seeing if any of these are available for domain names. So I'm going to first switch over. Here I'm at the Real Estate Marketing Authority website, and I'm going to click on the Resources tab, which brings me to this page here. And here's the GoDaddy registration. The reason we do this is because I do have an affiliate agreement, so this is an affiliate link. It helps me if you go and search from here, but if you click on the GoDaddy link, it will bring you to a search page that includes a discount. So you get a little bit, I think it's about 20% off. You'll see when it loads here. So special offer, $7.99 instead of the, I don't know, was it 15 down to $9.99 with their current sale, but you get extra discount when you follow my link, so it's $7.99 for a year's registration. That doesn't affect the renewal rate, just so you know. So if you were going to register for more than 1 year, then you're going to get this discount on the multi-year registration. But if you only register for 1 year, when you go to renew, it won't renew it'll renew at the higher rate. So if you can afford it, do a few years at a time, and then that's going to save you more money. So what we're going to do, they gave us a nice little search box here. So I'm just going to type in, whatever I'm looking for. Now I don't actually, even the foggiest think that denverrealestate.com is going to be available, but I'm going to type it in and copy it because I'm going to probably be, using that since it had the best search results by far. It was in the thousands where the other ones that I typed in were a bit lower. I want to try to find something with denverrealestate.com. Remember, we're going to add a suffix on here to try to target this, but try to find a suffix that we can put on here to make it a little bit more relevant. So let's just say denverrealestate.com, Denver Real Estate Pros, let's say that, and hit go. Didn't click it, I guess. There we go. So it says here, hey, it's already registered. Here are some suggestions, and okay, so none of these are really any good. Well, denverrealestatepros.net is not bad, but if the denverrealestatepros.com is already registered, people will probably click that by accident, and we don't want that to happen. So in that case, we would have to continue to another one. I'm going to pause this for a minute while this thing wigs out. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. So we've got, obviously that one wasn't available, so we're going to move on and type in some other things like maybe Denver Real Estate Info, and click go. And this will, again, tell us if it's already registered, which it is. And there are some other suggestions here, but I'm really looking for the .com. I don't want to go anywhere near some of these other extensions, because if somebody already has the .com, then they're likely going to, at least somebody's going to mistakenly put in the .com, and then you don't get that traffic. So just makes it easier to stick with the .com. Now I did some searching. If you look through the list here, these will give you some other options here. So I don't want really the rentals. I mean, some of you guys might be into rentals, and that's fine. You can look through those. Here's Denver Homes, Denver, but I want real estate. So here's a good one, Denver Real Estate Listings. So let's see if that one's available. And go. And all right, Denver Real Estate Listings is already registered. So there are some, obviously in Denver, there's going to be a lot of things that people are searching for. So you can kind of continue on this method here until you find one that you like. Let me cut out here and see if I can actually get one that's going to work out for anybody out there that's in Denver. Let me pause it and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I found this one here that's kind of nice. It's Denver Real Estate Market. About 320 searches for that specific term. And then remember, Denver Real Estate in general gets over 6,000 searches, which you'll maybe benefit from that as well. You'll kind of list with, that's why we're putting the suffix on there, and it's nice to get a suffix that has some search results. And what I found, I didn't find Denver Real Estate Market, but if you put a letter S on the end, denverrealestatemarkets.com, that one is available. So that's not terrible. That's pretty good if you're going to, especially if you're going to branch out like I talked about, and look at different markets in Denver, different real estate markets. That could be your little hook there. So little sub markets within the Denver area. I know The old Stapleton Airport is a nice little community out there. You've got, I'm not very familiar with Denver, but you've got the mountains to the west and, more plains to the east. So there are distinct markets, and you could do, north town, downtown, those kind of things. So you can use this pretty good. This is pretty good. I would probably register this one if I was just in, general real estate in the area. And then do up, the markets thing and be like the market expert or something like that. And honestly, I like the letter S on the end instead of just registering real estate market, because this gives you, kind of it infers that you're the expert in multiple areas in there. I didn't look through all the other iterations, like, if you're into foreclosures or, things like that, where you could put in, I'm sure that Denver real estate foreclosures is probably taken. I didn't check it, but this gives you the way that I do it, and here's a pretty good result for anyone who's in Denver. So I guess that's it for now. That of course I would register this and then go from there on, making sure you have before you launch it. Remember, we're talking about right now on the podcast, going through and making sure that you have some content available for that. So more about that in the next podcast. If you want to check that out, it's realestatemarketingpodcast.com or my website, realestatemarketingauthority.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.